I climbed to the mountain top, I climbed alone. What I was so.
Hello Farm School, FarmShare Farm Schoolers. We're back on the farm, it's another week. I think this is episode 7 or 8. I'm going to show you 3 or 4 things today. I'm going to show you some flowers, I'm going to show you something about how we sow and plant our crops. I'm going to show you a seedling, the small crops before they get planted out. We call them seedlings, so they're between a seed and a big full-grown mature plant. And I am going to show you how the tomatoes and cucumbers are doing, because they're always exciting. They're a bit of an exotic crop. They normally grow in hot places. We grow them in the tunnels. Why don't you have a think about why we might grow some crops in the tunnels? What are the advantages of that? How does it help those crops? Why is it good for us? And maybe some of the problems of growing in these big tunnels. So the first thing I want to show you is flowers. I love flowers. Some people might say men aren't into flowers or shouldn't be into flowers because they're soft, and flowers are, I don't know, it's a bit hard for me to understand, so I can't really explain, because I love flowers because they basically look really beautiful and I like pretty things, and they smell amazing, especially these sweet peas here. They're really nice for bees. So I hope you enjoy flowers too. We like to grow some flowers on the farm just because otherwise it can be a bit green. They bring colour to the farm. So one thing I wanted to show you kids is this is a bed of beetroot. I don't know if you can remember how wide our beds are. They're about 80 centimetres wide and 25 metres long. You can see that the leaves of this beetroot, there's 5 rows of beetroot in here, are really close together. And you might have a guess at why they're so close together. If we come up the end of this bed, you can see that they're not so close together. There's big gaps between the plants. That's mainly because the water, which is here, doesn't quite reach it. It shows you how important water is. So the rest of the bed that's been well watered, the crops have grown really well. And a lot of farmers, when they get weeds coming up, instead of going around and pulling them out or hoeing them, they might use a chemical spray to kill the weeds so the crops can keep growing. We don't use chemicals because chemicals can be really bad for the soil and everything that lives in the soil, and then we eat the crops and that gets into us. It's not very healthy, it's just quick basically. So by the crops growing really close together, it means the weeds can't grow, so we don't actually have to do much weeding if the crops are really healthy. And the less weeding we have to do, the better, because it takes a long time and it's quite sore on the back. One other thing I wanted to show you is down here, and while we're passing this tunnel, tunnel 2, just wanted to show you the cucumbers. So they're about 30 centimetres high, and some of them are flowering. There is a cucumber flower. But one thing I wanted to show some of the young people is where all our plants start off, and we generally sow them in these trays that have different numbers of little modules in them. Plant a seed, and not so good on that one, but if I come outside I can show you on one of these. Pull out a plant, you can see that. So the roots of the plant have got really bound up in the shape of the module, and we can pull those out and then we plant them in the ground, and that's how all our crops start. And we've got some amazing crops growing on the farm at the moment. If you like vegetables, then this is the place to be. We've got chard and kale and garlic and spring onions and broccoli, purple sprouting broccoli, Savoy cabbage, tomatoes and cucumbers are coming. We've got flowers, we've got basil, we've got turnips, radishes, courgettes coming. So much produce, and it all starts with the seed. Another thing that's really important is compost, and in this big pile here we put all of our organic matter, all the living plants and soil, weeds, old crops, etc., and they rot down. If we keep it warm and moist enough, then all the microorganisms, the tiny little bacteria and tiny insects and other things, eat all of that stuff and turn it into soil, or compost, which we can then put back on the beds for our crops, and they love that stuff. It's full of nutrients and goodness. So I'm going to stop there. One last thing I want to show you is this amazing display of sweet peas. If you haven't grown sweet peas before, you should try. Best time to sow the seeds is November, December. Plant them out in about April, May, and you get this amazing display. They smell absolutely amazing. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, then please do. Norwich FarmShare. Please like the video so they get more attention. And if you haven't already been to the farm, then why don't you try and come down? See you next time. Bye. That's a wren singing in the background, everyone.
I found home. I'm swimming upstream and I am staying rather still. So I'm wishing on the rains to take it easy on that hill, so I can find the time to provide what you deserve. Although the skies may be dark,
although the skies may be dark,
there's still light from our first spark.
there's still a light from our first spark.
Although the skies may be dark,
Although the skies may be dark,
there's still a light.